It is my task to make these following announcements. No? Dahil sa kahalagahan ng economic team sa buhay ng ating bansa, yan po ang unang inaksyonan ng ating Pangulo. After careful evaluation, the President decided to retain the following members of the Cabinet. Take note. Una, ang ating DTI Secretary Maria Cristina A. Roque. Retained. Pangalawa, ang ating Department of Finance Secretary Ralph G. Recto. Pangatlo, ang ating DepDev Secretary Arsenio M. Balisacan. Pang-apat, ang ating DBM Secretary Amena F. Pangandaman. At ang panlima, ang ating SAPEA Secretary Frederick Go. Itong lima na ito ay magpapatuloy sa kanilang panunungkulan, paninilbihan sa ating taong bayan at makakaasa kayo na sila naman ay sincero o dedicated sa kanilang sinumpaang katungkulan. Now, yung mga ibang aksyon sa courtesy resignations ng ibang cabinet secretaries, in the coming days, pagkakaroon ng more careful evaluation. Ang urgent kasi itong economic team. We will make the announcements as the decisions are made. Next week, maybe after Wednesday, there will be more announcements to be made. Doon sa Foreign Affairs. No? Ang ating permanent representative sa United Nations, si Ambassador Antonio M. Lagdameo, has earlier signified his desire to retire after many decades of service to the country as an ambassador. Siya po ang nakaupo ngayon sa as permanent representative sa United Nations. Yung kanyang retirement mangyayari effective July 31, 2025. Now, nararapat lamang na pangunahan natin yan at i-announce na ang papalit sa kanya sa United Nations ay ating magaling na DFA Secretary Enrique A. Manalo. Ganyan kahalaga yung position na yan. Yung position na yan ay napakataas sa pagtingin ng ating Pangulo. Kaya si Secretary Manalo mismo ang ilalagay natin dyan, nakapalit ni Ambassador Antonio Lagdameo, effective August 1. Ang papalit naman kay Secretary Manalo ay isa ring very capable na diplomat na napag-retire na sa regular service pero naninilbihan ngayon na Undersecretary ng DFA. Ito si former Ambassador Tess Lazaro. Siya po ang hawak ng Department of Foreign Affairs effective July 31, 2025, pagka na-appoint na si Secretary Manalo. Okay. Ang kahalagahan ng assignment sa United Nations, unawain natin, ay nandyan dahil tayo ay nangangampanya na magiging non-permanent member ng UN Security Council sa 27 to 28. 2027 to 2028. Okay. Nakakatenso. Alam niyo ganitong mga announcement, very critical, crucial sa atin. Mga subjects nito, kagaya ko, ay magkakasama kami ng matagal. No? Mahirap mong ma-overlook yung mga ganyan. Dito sa cabinet, mayroon ba tinanggap ng mayroon pa ba? Okay. Sa ngayon, maari ko lang i-announce ang dalawa dahil under evaluation pa yung karamihan. Yung mga mariretain, suspense muna. Yung mga mariretain, marami sa kanila alam na nila na mariretain sila. At kayo naman ay meron kayong haka-haka tungkol kung sino sila, pero pabayaan ko muna kayo dyan sa bagay na yan. Diyan kayo marunong. Pero sa ngayong hapon, gusto ko lang na sabihin ang dalawa na pagbabago. Sa DENR, ang ipapalit doon ay si DOE Secretary Popo Rafael Lutilla. Aalisin natin siya, ililipat natin siya sa DENR. Si Secretary Loizaga naman ay magpapahinga muna at maaaring mabibigyan din siya ng isang or ibang responsableng government or cabinet position at a future time. Pero magpapahinga muna siya. Sa yung pangalawa, sino kaya yon? Okay, yung pangalawa ay si DSUD, Secretary Jose Rizalino Acosar. Pero siya ay gagawing Presidential Advisor for Pasig River Development or Improvement. I do not know the proper name for that, with the rank of Secretary. And we have, the President has he is going to be replaced by a former Undersecretary sa DSUD, si Engineer Jose Ramon Aliling. Si incoming Secretary Aliling, former Undersecretary ng DSUD, naging in charge sa pambansang pambahay para sa Filipino Housing, 4PH program and Pasig Bigyan Buhay Muli Project. Ibig sabihin, hindi na siya bago sa DSUD. Siya po ay President ng Chief Executive Officer ng Jose Aliling Construction Management Group of Companies. Ito ay well-known for managing construction projects, big construction projects everywhere. Kaya meron siyang track record na maganda. He's the youngest president of the Construction Management Association of the Philippines and the first awardee of the TOYM for civil engineering. Okay. By the way, for material background, si Popo Lutilla, Secretary Popo Lutilla, ay napakahusay yan. No? Tahimik na magtrabaho, but siya po ay kilalang lawyer, legal luminary, who finished his legal education, basic legal education sa UP. Then he went on to Michigan Law School for masteral studies. He has been around in government for 2 decades. if you remember, mga bata pa kayo, pero siguro mayroon sa inyo mga nakakaalala na siya at certain administrations, siya po ay pinagkakatiwalaan na ng malalaking responsibilidad. Okay, to just before coming over, may pinakita sa akin na hindi ko ano ba tawag doon, vlog o ano, binabatikos pa rin ako. Hindi na sila humihinto. Alam nyo, hindi na sa akin yan tumatama eh. Sa kanila na mismo dahil sinungaling sila. Ganun lang. I'm not that concerned. Pero hindi na natin pag-uusapan yan. Basta sinabi ko, tigilan na nila. Kasi walang mangyayari. Tapos na laban nila. So with that, may I request the moderator to start the ball rolling. By the way, before we do that, to my right is Undersecretary Leonardo Roy Cervantes. And to my left is a massive figure, like Undersecretary Al-Asri Muhammad Sali. They are my undersecretaries in the Office of the Executive Secretary. So, thank you.
Yes, for our first question, Ivan Mayrina, GMA7.
No, Secretary, gentlemen. Sir, nabanggit po kahapon kabilang sa mga magiging basihan sa desisyon who gets retained and who gets replaced ay performance and issues of corruption. Sa mga mapapalitan po, ano hong nangyari? Ano hong naging basis kung bakit sila matatanggal? Secretary?
Si Secretary Loizaga, walang issue na corruption dyan. Maybe there is just a perception, I don't know how fair or unfair that perception is, na mas ma-limit siya sa labas ng bansa. Yun ang recurring na pinapadating sa amin. Ngunit wag na natin siyang husgahan. No? Whether inefficiency yan o hindi, that's not up for us to do. But the evaluation showed that it was time to have her rest muna.
So nag-underperform nga po?
Underperform siguro ang tawag dyan. Kasi kung may expectations ang presidente and you do not perform, ang messaging is underperformance is not going to be allowed. Yung kay Secretary Acosar, hindi mo rin masabing corruption yan, wala. Hindi mo rin masabing underperformance, under-delivery. Alam mo, napakataas yung nilagay niyang standard niya when he accepted the job. But you know, he is a very efficient he was very efficient in the private sector, and we expect that the President expected na makapag-deliver siya. Pero I don't know if he set the standard too high for himself dahil 1 million housing a year, housing units. There may have been obstacles in his way which were beyond his control and beyond the control of government. But to us now, because of the results of the election, it's time for the President to take him out there and bring another one who might make a better performance. Ganyan ang tingin ko dun sa kaso ni Secretary Acosar. Wala namang masamang tinapay yan si Secretary Acosar.
Mga mareretain naman po, are there new instructions from the President? Because in his message in demanding and calling for the submission of courtesy resignations, there was a sense of urgency. He wanted results and he wanted them fast. Ano ho kaya yung, sabi nyo nga, soldiers kayo, ano ho yung panibagong marching orders ng Pangulo from here on?
Pag-usapan muna natin yung mga in-announce ko na ma-retain, yung economic team. Ang marching orders ni Presidente dyan is to enhance yung ating economic situation to the eyes of the outside world at saka dito sa Pilipinas, yung actual na economic health natin. Si Secretary Balisacan has been performing very well. He has been practically, ang sabi ni Presidente sa kanya, he's a genius. Dahil mahirap mong gawin yung ginagawa niyan sa economic level. Si Secretary Frederick Go sa investments at saka economic matters ay walang may tatawar, hindi mo matatawaran yung kapasidad niya. Kasi he's a very experienced economist and businessman. Si Secretary Recto, that is the same thing that we have to say. Kasi si Secretary Recto from day one of his service, he came in midway in the past 3 years. Siya naman kaagad action man yan eh. You know, he was working under financial limitations or the fiscal space na nadatnyan niya masikip. Pero up to now, we have remained very active tayo because of the government's prioritization of spending. No? Si Secretary Amina Pangandaman naman, no one can be better than her sa budget, DBM. She can deny your request with grace. And that is very important because no one will ever get mad at her. She is considered as the the model for fiscal management, budget. Hindi ka pwedeng umalma dyan. So, the President decided to retain these 5 members of the economic team so that there will be no more problems sa perception about where the country is going.